very, very quiet in the first half of this game.
One time, of course, Hazelton caught some footballs from Zach Collaros. Cincinnati, play action. Good catch made in traffic by Gurley. Maury Gurley has to go down, tag team, half the first down yardage again. Step by step, and it's been baby steps for this Argo offense today.
There you see offensive coordinator Marcus Brady, longtime CFL quarterback, the man tasked with finding solutions to the problems presented by Orlando Steinauer's D.
That success was a play action. Cats load up the box and they bring it. Quick hitter in traffic. Rico Murray all over Chad Owens. Trevor Harris looking to the sideline. It's going to be third down. And not see Swayze Waters coming out. Field goals aren't going to get it done right now. They need more than that, way more than that, so they're going to go for this. Third down and 5. Have to get to the 22. Penalty flag. Far side, caught. Down this sideline, Robbs Elliott. 2 flags down. One at the 30, one down near the 10-yard line. We'll let Dave Foxcroft figure this out for us. Tiger Cats may have jumped.
I think there will be a debate as to whether there was an illegal pick offensively or illegal contact defensively.
2 penalties on the play. Offside, Hamilton, number 93. Illegal interference, blocking downfield, Toronto, number 81. Repeat, third down.
So they're going to repeat the third down.
You see defensive end for Hamilton, Adrian Tracy. Jumps. Off early from the bottom of your screen. And watch the outside receiver here. Gurley's trying to open things up for that out route by Elliott. That's that illegal interference offensively that forces him into this field goal.
Yeah, difference of 5 yards. They move them back 5 yards, so they have to kick now. Waters from around the 38-yard line. Swayze Waters, again, only a few games back, but this one right through. Still a long, long road to go. Tim Hortons Field. For a moment, it looked like it was good, and Swayze Waters.
A lot of flags.
It was signaled that it was not, and there are penalty flags everywhere now.
Well, welcome to Labor Day.
Here we go.
And you've got the changeover, so there are offenses and defenses on the field for both teams.
And the cheerleaders, by the way. Chaos now ensues after that. Waters signals a miss. And now the benches are getting into it here. The Hatfields and McCoys are back at it. The feud continues, and it's even worse when you're getting hammered. 30-1 is still the score. Box J is jumping. Welcome back to the Octagon. Tim Hortons Field. Scrapping going on after that missed field goal. For a moment, it looked like Swayze Waters had nailed this, and even there, can't really tell on that angle, but they signal wide. Brandon Banks brings it out, and then this ensues.
Mayhem, Rodman. Chaos. Anarchy.
To have anarchy on Labor Day. And it is on. It's on, and I don't think it's over, by the way.
Well, there were words exchanged near the benches, too, as you had offenses and defenses coming and going right past each other. A lot of guys for both teams.
They have 3 penalties on the play.
getting into it,
Unnecessary
too.
roughness, Hamilton, number 16. Unnecessary roughness, Hamilton, number 93. Unnecessary roughness, Hamilton, number 44. First down.
Toronto not do anything there?
Apparently not.
Ticat fans don't like the call, but Brandon Banks was involved underneath the smallest guy who got pancaked, and then he's up and scrapping. So a long field for the Cats. Argos need to get something going in a hurry. Down 29. So far has not lived up to the classic billing. Quick hitter, sink field. Argos DBs trying to scrap for the ball, and there's another flag that flies. And former Argo in the middle of it. You already have Hamilton in a hole here.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Toronto, number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Their composure melts. They get out of the hole.
Watch for number 5, the safety. Jermaine Gabriel comes in. And watch the knee. The right knee of Jermaine Gabriel here. Driving that into the side of the neck, back of the head of Terrell Sinkfield.
Grabbed his mask as well. Gabriel gets back in that free safety position. Zach Collaros paced for 500 yards today. Fumbled the football, and Toronto has it. There is a rare blemish from Zach Collaros. And a turnover, the first by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Martin Wright was in on that. Let's take a look as Collaros was pressured.
They get a little heat, and this time as he tries to step up, Wright gets a hand on the ball. And the Hamilton native here on Labor Day, Daryl Wadd, pounces on him.
Daryl Wadd had to use up a lot of tickets here today. Second-round pick of Western University. Sure, he's been here a few times in Labor Days of the past, cheering on his hometown team, the Tiger Cats, now on the other side of the rivalry. So, can the Argos turn a turnover into points? 4 receivers to the left. Deep drop for Harris. Pump fake. In trouble. Down he goes. Justin Hickman with his second sack of the afternoon.
And you heard Lapo talk about it, the coach's playbook. Who's going to pick up the slack with Eric Norwood out of the lineup? Justin Hickman, the #1 candidate. He's getting the job done. Sort of slow plays that one and breaks through to make the play.
3 sacks, 2 by Hickman for the Cats. Just over 3 to go in the third quarter. Here comes the rush again. Picked up now. Harris out of the backfield. Finds Brandon Whitaker with a straight arm on Ed Gainey, former Alouettes teammates. It'll be third down and about 4 or 5 yards here. Looks like almost 5 yards. Argos did not bring the field goal unit out when it was 3rd and 5 before, and they're not doing it this time either.
Ready to try and get some points up on the board here.
Anthony Coombs in motion. Harris looks that way, goes over the top, and spun backwards, but it looks like they're going to give him progression here. This should be a first down. Hazelton able to make the play by maybe a half yard, so quiets the crowd here for a moment. First down, Argos.
They got a lot of flow out to the front side. You saw Harris look that way where he had 4 receivers. And then just slipped Hazelton late off the backside across the formation.
First and 10. Harris Looks end zone, has a man, has the touchdown. Kevin Elliott. And the Argos finally break the seal.
Well, making some adjustments, improving the things that they struggled with in the first half of this ball game in terms of protection, but also simply in terms of Trevor Harris finding his guys, putting it in the hands of his receivers.
That was a very Trevor Harris-like drive as well. Just finding the guys, using some balance.
Very efficient, nickel and diming it.
Punching it in the end. First touchdown score, and the Argos hope it's the first of many more. They're down a bunch. All placed at the 3-yard line. Toronto will go for 2. Harris rolling now. Look out the other side. This is an easy 2-point convert for Anthony Coombs.
2-point convert to 127.
Argos now 5 of 8 on the season, going for 2. They trail 30-9. Kevin Elliott, 5th touchdown of the season. Next stop, wherever it may be across this great country, CFL stop by, and of course the great ambassador. We wanted to have Schultz down here today. He might have lost about 150 pounds.
Schultz can't take the heat.
Brandon Banks, another penalty flag here. Minute 22 before the third quarter expires. Kevin Elliott has his 5th touchdown as an Argo. Former Florida A&M Rattler.
28. 10-yard penalty. First down, Hamilton.
So the Argo defense trying to again hold this Ticat offense. Very potent today, especially in the air. Zach Collaros has been really putting on a clinic for the most part.
The Argos picking things up a little bit here in the second half. They've still got a long way to go.
Their defense helped out, forcing that fumble.
Well, defense creating a turnover, penalties. They've had shorter fields, which has helped a lot here in the second half.
They've got to stop this, though. The pass. Lethal passing attack. Naquan Underwood. And it goes to 2nd and short. And an injured Argo on the field. Something we've wanted to see in the league for quite some time is Ricky Ray throwing a football again. Again, said he's not 100% unless absolutely necessary. I mean, he knows the plays, obviously. One of the smartest quarterbacks this game has ever seen. One of the most unflappable. But not ready yet. Staying loose on the sideline. And just really started throwing this week. Recovering from that labrum surgery. And back in 2013, he was the mentor to Collaros and Harris, our starting quarterbacks today.
Yeah, pretty good combination when you look at where the two apprentices have come now just a couple of years later, both putting together excellent 2015 seasons.
The apprenticeship of Zach Collaros has been impressive.
Absolutely.
As has Trevor Harris's season.
Yeah, I mean, Harris got off to such a great start, and I think some people kind of wondered, you know, is it a fluke, coincidence, beginner's luck, whatever you want to call it. But I think Trevor Harris has established himself as a starter in this league. Unless you've got the ongoing debate, of course, of what's going to happen with this team and their quarterback situation going forward. With Harris and Ray both approaching the end of their respective contracts.
Something that both of those men have, Collaros and Harris, though, unrelenting will to win, to get better. To get better. to improve and to be starting quarterbacks and stars in this game. And Collaros, that learning curve has gone so quickly for him. 6 receivers set here on 2nd and 3. Stands in again over the top, and fighting for yak yards is Tolliver. Great play call by the Cats.
Well, spreading things out here.
First and 10 at the 45.
Finds that soft spot and sits it down. It's Tolliver approaching that 100-yard mark. 6 catches, 92 yards on the day for him.
Again, Hamilton digs itself out of its hole in its own zone. Collaros looks one way. Here comes the screen now. Ray Hawley again. Rumbles up near the 52-53 yard line on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Hamilton Tiger Cats look like they're on their way to their 7th win and a hold of first place in the East. 15 minutes remain at Tim Hortons Field on Labor Day Monday. 1 quarter to go here. Hamilton Tiger Cats. Decisive lead right now, 30-9. Argos do get on the board in the end zone. Kevin Elliott from Trevor Harris, but the big story has been Zach Collaros putting up enormous numbers and really some redemption from last week against the Montreal Alouettes, where he didn't have that kind of efficiency.
No, still put up very good numbers overall against Montreal, but you're right, wasn't clicking the same kind of way he is today. And it's not just about Zach Collaros, but it's about the entire team. It's about the protection. It's about the receivers. Everybody seems to be much more on the same page for Hamilton than they were a week ago, but particularly those 5 big fellas up front.
And big plays. So many big plays in this game. 20-yard passes, number of those. Teams change ends here. Cats will operate against the wind, but with a big lead. 2nd and 2 again, and finding the hole and hit hard is Hawley. But it's a first down once again for Hamilton. Let's go to the sideline with more on Zach Collaros. Here's Matthew.
Guys, just to build on your point about the relationship between Collaros and Condell. Remember, Zach Collaros' professional career has worked under Scott Milanovich, and in his college career under Brian Kelly, the Notre Dame head coach, who was Collaros' coach at Cincinnati. But he has such a strong relationship with Condell that when Collaros gets here at about 5:45 in the morning, and Brian Hall is actually the first one, as you guys mentioned, who's here first, but Condell's already in the meeting room. He always has the film up, and he and Collaros talk about just route concepts, route trees. And Collaros says, I've learned stuff under Condell I didn't even understand before. And it's so strong that even their families have a strong relationship. We saw a tweet from Collaros a couple of weeks ago where he was playing football with Condell's kids after the Ticats win, guys.
That is one caffeinated booth. Maybe that's the secret.
Maybe unlocking the vault, but Tommy Condell again has done not just a great job with his quarterbacks, whom he and Kent Austin coach together here in Hamilton, but also with this group of receivers. Underrated is the fact that there hasn't been a lot of experience in that group this year, as you said, Rod. We've talked a lot about 3 main newcomers for Toronto, but Tolliver and Underwood have been big for Hamilton as well.
2nd and 9, throwing down, sidearm again for Collaros, and they won't get to the first down marker. You know, everybody talks about this Hamilton team. Should be no coincidence. I mean, you look at ownership, what's happened since Bob Young took over in the last few years, and the change of culture around here. But is it any coincidence that all of this has happened after Kent Austin was hired?
Well, absolutely not. I mean, Kent Austin's record, when you talk about sometimes looking at his success in 1 year as a head coach in Saskatchewan, and he won a Grey Cup. And again, is it beginner's luck? Is it coincidence? Is it a fluke? Is it whatever? Well,
he is a professional coach.
He's a teacher, is what Kent Austin is. That's the thing that he asks of all of his assistant coaches as well. They teach the game.
Chad Owens trying to find a seam. Not seeing any of those big returns we saw from Chad Owens a few years ago. Penalty flag down, was sorted up. Come back to Tim Hortons Field.
Hey, TSN, I need to give a shout out to this kid at McMaster Hospital, Heart to Huddle. His name's Grady. He's going through cancer. I told him I'd give him a shout out. He couldn't make the game. So big shout out to Grady. Hope you're watching.
Well, a big shout out, Grady. Know you're watching. And Simone Lawrence, a guy who's one of the best hitters, one of the best defenders in the CFL, and obviously a huge heart as well. What a great message. He's thinking about you. Harris down the seam. What a catch! Torrey Gurley. Highlight reel catch. Biggest play offensively for the Argos in this one. He went up and got it. Big time.
Well, Gurley's in that three-man cluster on the hash mark to the wide side of the field. Fades it wide to the outside. You see great concentration as you see the defender closing on him. A terrific adjustment to the football there, Simone Lawrence. And on the stop, eventually.
5 catches, 62. Argos looked like they were offside here. High point catch. Sandwich there. Penalty flags flew, and it looked like the Argos may have jumped. The receivers might have been a yard offside here. See how the officials decipher this. Harris is saying it's going against Hamilton. Rico Murray is down.
Offside. Toronto number 13. The penalties declined. Second down.
It was Kevin Elliott. Rico Murray, another one of the great vulture-like defenders for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Down on, see Elliott is